Good evening. It is a cool November night once again in beautiful Boulder, Colorado. And on the campus of the University of Colorado, we welcome you inside the CU Rec Center Ice Rink for tonight's ACHA matchup featuring the Central Oklahoma Broncos and the Colorado Buffaloes. Thank you all for tuning in to ScoBuff Sports. I'm Kieran Walker alongside Paxton Haynes. Paxton, how you doing tonight, my brother?
I'm doing tonight. Nice to be here for some Saturday night hockey. No other place I'd rather be than the Rec Center here in Boulder. We finally saw a complete performance from these Buffs back at home. Full 60 minutes of hockey. Just took it to the Broncos last night. I'm really excited to see what they have in store for us here.
Yeah, absolutely. Last night was one heck of a game, folks. If you didn't see last night, Buffs walked away with a 4-1 victory over the Broncos after returning home for the first time in over a month. And the Buffs have taken to the ice. And they will salute their home crowd. Yeah, Paxton, it was one heck of a game. Looking at their record overall for Colorado, 6-9 and 2 overall, 17 points on the season. And they actually rose up to 6th in the WCHL. That was a big change. And the Broncos lost last night, actually dropped them to 9th in the conference. So bit of a change from shake-up from last night for sure within the rankings. And Colorado looks to walk away with a series sweep here this weekend.
Yeah, still a lot of turnover going on right now in the WCHL standings. Kind of really anyone's division right now, especially in that bottom half right now. Colorado working their way up. That was a huge win last night over this Central team. And now if they can get them both here against Central, they'll be looking pretty good moving forward.
Yeah, absolutely. UCO, like we said, dropped to 9th in the rankings. Let's go to public address announcer Connor Tarbert for the starting lineups. We are ready for the first 20 minutes of play here at the CU Rec Center. Looking at our starting goaltenders tonight, Matthew Server starting once again for Colorado. Played in 13 games so far this season, ranked 4th in the WCHL after last night's huge win. Only allowed 1 goal last night, total on the season of 547 saves, .992 save percentage. That is one heck of a stat to boast. And starting tonight is Josh Henson tonight for the Broncos. from Port Moody, British Columbia. Lots of Canadians on this team, Paxton.
Yeah, and going back to Matthew Server, saying that he had a great game last night is quite the understatement. I mean, he was on his head, just unconscious all night long, 40 saves on the day. And, I mean, the record doesn't necessarily show it, but he has been incredible for this team, been such a wall for them, been so reliable for them all season long to help them stay competitive. And last night he really showed out.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, first period last night, he was really pushed early. Defense really didn't help him out a whole lot, but he was able to keep them on their heads and not allow a goal in that period. But we are underway here at the Rec. Taking the face-off, Logan Bergie and company out on the ice. That shot by UCO went wide right into the corner. Looked up at the half wall. Wilson takes a shot, deflected wide. Now back out for Cervantes. Cervantes loses control, forced out of the zone. Period offside. Taken by Cam Piggott, sent across to Carney. Carney shot from deep. That goes high left. Puck loose at the half wall, taken by UCO. Bergie looking for it. It's taken by Carney, bounced off the boards and wrapped around. Out of the net comes Henson.
That shot from Carney could have been really dangerous. It was just kind of throwing it right at the net, trying to get it deep, but it went off the blocker of Henson and almost ricocheted into his own net.
Puck loose in the corner, fighting for it is Rosalenko alongside David Hofteisen for the Buffs. Which is maintained by UCO. Wilson in the mix, as is for Broker. Comes back out now for Cervantes. Cervantes sent back out and clears his own zone. Rosalenko. Got help from Carney. Rosalenko wrapped around into the corner, turned over, out in front, shot, score! An early goal for Davis Thompson. And UCO takes an early lead after a turnover from Jake Rosalenko in the corner. And centering pass from Redman out to Thompson. Broncos on top, 1-0.
Yeah, that is all Redman right there. They're on the forecheck. Gets him down in the corner, just takes that puck right away. No battle down in the corner. Makes it really, really easy to get right in front in the slot. And point blank like that, those are hard to save.
Buffs down by 1. Their bench is very vocal. Right off the face-off, the officials whistle for them to quiet down as Marcin Kevicius takes the face-off. Here's Owen Dickinson up the left side. Got help from Hofteisen. Dickinson, now Hofteisen. Dickinson can't connect. On the opposite side is Hull. Hofteisen racing for that puck, but it's cleared out by UCO, and racing for it is Merrick. Merrick out in front. Server out to play it. And he's played into the corner. Dickinson. Now that centering pass intended for Hofteisen. No connection made. Possession by UCO. That shot blocked by Server. Look at the half wall. And cleared out by Colorado.
We're seeing even before that goal that Central just scored, they were coming out with a lot more energy, a lot more speed, a little bit of energy in those skates. That was not kind of there in the start of the first game, and this time around they know it's at stake here. They can't drop both of these ones to the Buffaloes.
Merrick wants a piece of the puck, but it's sent back out by Nash in his own corner, taken by Hull. Hull, another turnover by Doucet. Puck still loose behind the net, held by Hull. Hull looking for help, sent out, to Elliot Testa. Buffs clear their zone. UCO with another opportunity, taken by Testa. 1-on-3, Testa, excellent stick work, and it's saved again. Looks like we will have a penalty coming for slashing.
What a move by Elliot Testa. I mean, the toe drag gets around his defender just with ease. No problem, gets a nice shot on, tried to get it to the backhand. Henson was there for it. But now Colorado with a chance to even this score on the power play.
So now Frank Mondi heads to the box for slashing. First power play of the night. And it will go in favor of Colorado. Logan Bergie against Sam Sykes on the draw. And Bergie nearly takes it, but it's turned over quickly to UCO. Zach Wilson able to clear his zone. Now shorthanded out of the net is Server. Places to Brody Pearson. Pearson to Carney. Bounced off the boards for Piggott. Piggott, another turnover, regains possession. Rosalenko loses the puck. Buffs trying to find their rhythm still. Another turnover. Here comes Sykes up the right side. He's got help. Shot saved by Server. And taken again by Pearson, who clears the zone. Nearly a shorthanded chance for the Broncos. Out in front. Shot. Score! Logan Bergy with the rocket right from down the slot. Buffs have tied the game at 1 on the power play.
That's really, really huge. You had a bad turnover over in your own end. UCO almost got a shorty, then in transition, coming back the other way, and then Hardick with an incredible shot. It's Barry with an incredible shot. Just sent it right past. That's exactly what the Buffaloes needed, kind of strike that energy back into the team after they were kind of caught in their own net a couple times, even on the power play.
Yeah, Logan Bergy, his first of the weekend. The spark has been reignited for Colorado. Marcinkevičius takes the draw. Now Merrick sent out to Dickinson. No connection made. Puck is in the corner. Hoff-Teaser racing for it. The penalty kill so far tonight, 100%. Excuse me. Power play 0%. Conference Colorado 0-5 on power plays so far this season.
That was last night. They were 0 for 5 on the power play, and UCO was as well. They went 0 for 8 themselves. Both these teams' special teams on the kill just been so good. We saw Colorado get that shorty last night. And this time around, first chance on the penalty for either team, and they break through.
Now taken by Marcinkevičius. Zone is not cleared. Taken by McDonald. McDonald with a shot that high up into the netting and out of play, courtesy of Jeffrey Redmond.
The forecheck for UCO right now is just so good. They're forcing turnovers in the Buffaloes, and they're getting some grade A chances here. That's another one that Colorado's had to stop.
So quick line change for the Broncos. A little bit of confusion. They will head back to the bench. It's Christopher Young and company. Draw taken by Colorado in the end. Another turnover. This time to DeMello, the leading goal scorer for the Broncos. That shot deflected. And now that one is shot high up into the netting and out of play. 15:38 to go in period number 1. Game is tied at 1.
I like that setup a lot from UCO. Getting a guy in front there. He was about 5 or so feet in front of the server. Gets a stick up, gets a deflection. Almost got under that crossbar.
Face-off taken by UCO. That shot by, DeMello went wide over the net. And a tripping penalty will be coming. It might be roughing. It's going to be an elbowing penalty against Colorado.
Yeah, I want to say that's Carney who's going to be going. Got him up high.
That's a major loss for Colorado. Jake Carney has made some incredible defensive plays so far this season and this weekend. No, it's going to be Michael Ryan. Ryan has seen a lot of time in the box this season, even last night. He's been very physical so far.
Yeah, been something that Colorado's had to deal with all season long. You know, physicality is a good thing, but Ryan has spent a lot of time there taking his penalty minutes. So now the chance for UCO. UCO with a lot of energy. You've been seeing them play so well. We'll see how Colorado will have to avoid this down a man.
UCO takes the draw. Kept in the zone by Matt Russell, defenseman. Taken by Sykes. Sykes shot in traffic, loses possession. That shot from near the point was blocked by a herd of Buffs. Back out to the blue line for Russell. Shot from the point, wide right. Puck loose in the corner, racing for it is Luke Massey. Take to the ice for the first time this evening. Back out to Murray. Murray tries to clear the zone, but is forced back into the corner. UCO 0 for 8 on the power plays last night. They are looking to break that streak here tonight. And an offside coming against UCO. Josh Bishop didn't realize his man was still in the zone. There was miscommunication on the Broncos side.
Yeah, Hogan was still at about a step until he was about to get over across the blue line. But, I mean, Central Oklahoma, they're finding a lot of space right now. Passes are connecting. They're getting good shots on net, and they're just firing everything they can at server. Surely server can't go 40 saves again, they say.
Yeah, they're going to put that to the test here this evening. Mitchell Wilson, Takes it. Set back over to DeMello. DeMello into the corner. And picked up by Redmond. In the mix forward, Wilson. Thompson in there as well, trying to get their stick on it. Just forcing them into the corner. And Cam Pickett clears the zone. Testa with another chance shorthanded, but another turnover taken by DeMello. DeMello going the other way, cleared out again. Here's Testa. They'll send it back for Bergy. Zone is cleared, bounced off the glass into the opposite corner under half a minute to go in the power play. Back for Mondi.
Been a good kill so far for Colorado. It hasn't been easy. That's only the first time they've been able to clear all the way down the ice. Now look, UCO right back in.
Another wraparound, another penalty coming against Colorado this time. It's going to be on Grant Robinson.
Yeah, Hogan was coming in with some steam. He beat his guy and then trying to get around him. G-Rob just got the stick in the way.
Yeah, G-Rob not happy with that last call. Only 8 seconds to go in this 5-on-3. But it will be this power play chance will be extended for the Broncos. Now it's Hogan in the circle. Taken by Hogan. Sykes sent out to Russell. That shot went high and deflected out of the rink by Server.
Ryan's out of the box, but right back on the kill. No rest for this Colorado PK unit. Good effort the first time around. UCO got a handful of shots on net, but they were up for them. Now they got to do it all over again.
Pass is taken again. Russell near the blue line. Sykes. Sykes fires in front. Server looking for the puck. And we're going to stoppage. The Server was out of the net.
Look at that full split from Server. It comes back around to his right pad, and he's able to reach all the way across, get it just under, get the blow, get the whistle.
Here goes Matthew Server doing it once again. Dangerous chances for the Broncos to take this lead again. Now set back out, pass intended for Sykes, can't connect. Russell racing for it, out of the net is Henson.
That's that Colorado brand, so much physicality. It got Sykes down to the ice so that he wasn't ready for that pass when it came up, and then it gets cleared all the way down.
Sykes takes another hit. Their bench wanted a call, they're not going to get one. Luke Massey, where's the guilty party? Now Mondi, Hofteaser loses his footing. He's racing for the puck. Zone is cleared. Here comes Hofteaser. Chance shorthanded. He's going to take it himself. 1 minute to go on the power play.
Buffaloes could have had a shorthanded opportunity there, but Luke Massey just so antsy to get into the zone well across the blue line before the puck was even close.
Sykes skating up the middle, as is Doucet. Doucet sent to the back for Sykes. Sykes out in front. Wrapping around, rather. Will be taken by Mondi. Mondi shot. Pass to Thompson. Thompson back out to DeMello. DeMello shot gloved again by Server.
Really good movement that time from UCO. They only got a shot from the point. That was pretty easy save for Server. But the power play from UCO has been pretty good so far. I would hope that Colorado would try to stay out of the box because a few more shots on net from UCO. I'm not sure if Server can get them all.
Yeah, the Buffs line is getting tired as well. I mean, Server's been electric this weekend, but I mean, you play 2 games in a row. That's definitely, you can't save them all. You start to lose energy as weekends progress. So taken by Mondi in the opposite corner. Here's DeMello. DeMello back to Mondi. Final chance, 15 seconds to go on the power play. Sent across DeMello. Shot wide. I'll take him Wilson near the top of the zone. Back out to Redmond. Redmond. Final chance as the power play clock has wound down. DeMello shot out in front, and a herd of Buffaloes is there to help Matthew Server. And some extracurriculars taking place in front of Server. This is a bit of a taste of what we saw last night. not quite. This is not quite as intense. But last night, as the game progressed, I mean, it just got worse and worse. I mean, you love to see physicality, but not at the extent of players getting hurt.
Absolutely. You can tell these teams, they both know what this series means in terms of their standing in the WCHL, and they're going to let each other know it.
I think after UCO dropped from 8 to 9, it's only one spot in the ranking that they dropped, but they still feel that, and they want to make a statement here tonight.
It looks like UCO is going to get someone in the box there, Kieran.
Yeah, it's Jeffrey Redmond heading to the box, and another power play coming for the Buffs.
Yeah, Redmond was crashing in hard in front of the net on server. He must have done something that CU didn't like because they were all over him. Probably took a shot at server.
So Cam Piggott and company out on the ice for the power play. Draw taken by Bergy. That's sent back into his own zone. Now taken by Merrick. Merrick sent out to Rosalenko. Rosalenko at the half wall. Pearson takes a hit. Rosalenko's zone is cleared. Racing for it was Merrick. Now Hunter Merrick. What a play. Now Merrick. Rosalenko takes a trip. No call. Routine play. Bergy now at the half wall. Bergy forced into the corner. He takes a hit. No call. Zone is cleared out again. A stoppage coming.
Not sure what that stoppage is for. Colorado touched up. You saw Bergy get absolutely pummeled down on the wall. He went kind of head first there. That's a dangerous play. It's a good thing he's all right.
Yeah, Buffs bench, they really wanted a call. Looks like the refs may call a penalty. I'm not exactly sure. No. Face off. Coming out to the neutral zone. Marsekevicius in for the face off. And he'll take it. Here's Hofteaser. Back to Testa. Hole. Hofteaser. Sent to the corner. Racing for it is Marsekevicius. Out in front, Hofteaser looking for the puck. Testa keeps it in the zone. Hofteaser wants a piece of it. And it's cleared out again. So Hofteaser can't maintain control. Forces Hole back out. Here's Testa. Testa out to Dickinson. Dickinson looking for help from Testa. Dickinson shot, save. It's deflected high up into the netting and out of play.
It's a good shot from Dickinson. Just kind of found some space that he didn't really know that he had. He was looking around for a pass. A couple of players were slapping the ice with their stick, calling for it, but then suddenly he was just alone in the slot. So good on him to take that shot.
Yeah, he really didn't have much help. I mean, Testa really wanted another opportunity. He's eager this weekend. You can see it in his speed. Just the way he's been playing all weekend long. Hofteaser takes the face-off. At the top is Hole. Dickinson in the corner. Taken by Testa. Testa fighting for it. Still trying to come away with it. It's loose. It's taken by Hofteaser. Back to Testa. At the top of his own shot for the point. Save. They'll go up into the netting again.
Yeah, a lot of whistles here, Kieran, for that puck went up in the net. It's really bouncy tonight.
Yeah, maybe it's something with the ice. I mean, we noticed, especially at the far side, at the near side of the rink where we were standing, folks. I mean, the Zamboni left a pretty big streak mark of moisture before the teams came out for warm-ups. Maybe that has something to do with the ice. But so far, not a whole lot of players losing their footing so far, so it seems to be okay. Face-off won by Bergy, nearly turned over. Bergy out in front, tried to center the pass to Piggott. Now coming back to Rosalenko. At the top of the zone is Murray. Rosalenko at the half wall, sent back to Piggott. Piggott takes a hit. Another player lost his stick out in front. Power play expiring. Massey fighting for it, kept into the zone by Bergy, sent to Rosalenko. Backhanded towards Piggott. Piggott skating up into the slot, and he takes a trip, no call. There's another shot wide of the net, wrapped around and cleared. Massey racing forward in his zone. A chance here comes Massey, avoids the trip. Bounced along the boards. Bergy. Set back to Murray, turned over. Another chance for UCO. There's a shot save, rebound, and a beautiful save by Matthew Server. Nearly cleared out of the zone. UCO tries to keep it in, but Massey clears, and he'll go to the bench.
Matthew Server. That's unbelievable. He was there, ready in position on that 2-on-1, makes the save with his right pad, and then just gets it around, rotates his body to get away. He made the save with his calf, it seemed like.
Wow, Matthew Server just throwing himself all over his crease, stopping shots at all costs. Back out to Kearney now. There's Charlie Sandberg taken to the ice for the first time this weekend. Taken again. Skating up is Hartek. Hartek seeing the ice for the first time, I believe, as well, as that hits the netting.
Back and forth right now for both these teams. UCO with an incredible chance on that 2-on-1. Then Colorado finally getting that extended possession time. The power play definitely helped, and now after the power play, they're getting more chances again.
8:13 to go in period number 1. We are tied at 1 still. And Nick Hartek will attempt the faceoff against Sam Sykes. Taken by Colorado, but it's cleared out. Another turnover, and skating down ice is Brandon McDonald. McDonald cross ice, intended for Doucet. Sent to Sykes. Sykes shot for the point into traffic. Again, there's another shot saved by Sandberg right into the belly. Shot coming from Connor Homan.
UCO is buzzing that possession. The passing right now from Central Oklahoma is really, really, really good. They are giving themselves some grade A chances all over the ice right now.
Sykes back into the circle, facing Rapolis Marcinkevicius. Colorado wins the draw. Turnover again to DeMello. DeMello turnover to Marcinkevicius. Wanting a piece of it is Hofteaser. Looking, another turnover. By Mondi. Mondi into the corner. There's a shot by, Merrick. It's deflected up into the netting. They'll stop the clock. So both sides get a line change. Marcinkevicius back to attempt the draw. And this time he's going against Redmond. Redmond wins the draw. By Cervantes. Hole. Back for Marcinkevicius. Marcinkevicius 3-on-4, another odd man rush. Now Hofteaser fighting for the puck near the half wall. Marcinkevicius pass intercepted. Merrick bounced off the boards. Taken by Hofteaser, sent back into the corner. Approaching the 7-minute mark here in the first period. Gloved out of the air, Marcinkevicius. Marcinkevicius up the left side at the half wall, looking for a centering pass, but another turnover to Wilson. Another shot is Cam Piggott. Robinson, another turnover. Murray racing for the puck in the corner. Here comes G-Rod. Big hit on Rosalenko. Now coming back out is Josh Bishop.
While the puck was over here on the right side, Marcinkevicius and Mitchell Wilson were going at it just right here in front of the net of UCO.
Murray. Into the corner for Rosalenko. Murray again. Batted down, intercepted. Turnovers have proven costly for the Buffs, so Matthew Server still on his head. Now Bergy. Bergy set back out, zone is cleared by UCO, I believe. And now coming back out to play the puck is Henson.
Buffs caught a little bit of a break there a couple of seconds ago. UCO would have had a golden opportunity in that left circle had that pass connected.
In a bit of a scrum is Ryan. He's begging for the physicality. That's sent back out to the opposite half wall. Mondi keeps it in the zone. Now before it's taken by Pearson. Pearson up the slot. Testa sent across to, Nash. That shot was wide right. 5.5 to go in the period. Carney at the half wall, maintains possession. Bit of a trip up. Nash. Made back into the corner, bounced off the boards for Testa. Gets the puck. Carney. By Pearson. Carney himself shot into traffic. Batted down by Nash. Carney. Back to Pearson. Centering pass intended for Nash. Cleared out. Here's Ryan. Inside 5 to go now. Testa. Sent back into the zone. He's going to go to the bench.
Great shift by Testa. His stick handling is on full display tonight. Couple moments in this game where he has just been flashing it, getting around anyone in his way.
Sandberg racing for that puck, taken by Mitchell Wilson. And Templeton not able to connect. Sandberg. Another turnover, taken back by Merritt. Templeton was in the vicinity. Racing for the puck. Hey, Sandberg takes a hit. Hartek rather. Here's Wilson up the right side. Centering pass, broken up by Merrick. Merrick out in front. Saved by Server. And now coming out is Templeton. Templeton clears the zone. Here's Hartek in the corner. Set back out. Shot by Hole. Save, or rather wide left. Hole shot for the point. And it's saved again by Henson. Puck still loose in the corner. UCO trying to clear, and they will. Coming the other way is Thompson. Thompson. Server batted out. Intended for Merrick. No connection made. Now taken by Morrison. Kevachus in the neutral zone. Another turnover. Sandberg. And that puck. Here comes Hull. 3.5 to go in period number 1. And this line is gassed. The Hoff-Teaser back out on the ice. Set back into the corner. Icing coming against the Buffs.
I like the pressure here from the Buffaloes a lot. They're getting a lot of really good chances. We saw that chance up there where at the top, Matty Hull had a shot. He had Hartick in front of the net there with the screen and the deflection chance. So far, Colorado here in the second half of this first period really kind of turning the tides after it was really all UCO in the first minutes.
They're generating chances. They just cannot penetrate the UCO defense tonight so far. That's sent back along the boards. First report is Sandberg. It's kept by UCO. That was Bishop. Bishop bounced off the boards. So back to Marcin Kevachus. Here comes Rapp going up the other side. No one there to help. And avoids the turnover by clearing out. Staying out of the zone. Hoff-Teaser up the left side at the half wall. Maintains it. Hoff-Teaser looking for help. Puck still loose, 2.5 to go. In the corner is Hoff-Teaser in a bit of a scrum. Now Bergy wanted a puck, he's taken down. Shot, save, rebound, saved again. What a stop by Henson. And a pack of Broncos able to save it as well. And some extracurricular taking place in front of the net. Wow. 2:18 to go. We're still tied at 1. But boy, the Buffs want to take the lead badly, man.
Yeah, right between the circles. I believe it was Logan Bergy who had the puck right there, but he has back turned to Henson. He to try to get around as quick as he could to get that turnaround shot on. Almost turned into a great opportunity on the rebound. A lot of bodies in front of the net.
Yeah, the Broncos really surrounding their goaltenders. The Buffs have been trying to do all weekend on their side as well. They're succeeding so far. Here comes Massey. Massey's zone is cleared out, avoids the offsides as Pickett's able to clear in time. 2 minutes to go in period number 1. Turnover, UCO coming up the other way. Here comes Sykes up the right side. He's got help from McDonald out in front. Shot save again by Server.
Man, Server again, just getting all the way over, pushing off with his left foot, gets that right pad all the way to the far post, makes another incredible save on the odd man rush.
Taken by Rosalenko. Going up the other side is Piggott. Avoids the trip. Another turnover. Taken by Wilson. Wilson sent across to Rebroker. And an offside against UCO. Man, a minute and a half to go. And UCO trying to turn the tides once again and take their first lead of the weekend.
The Broncos have been really good in transition in this first period. That time, Redmond just a little step too early, gets the offsides. But coming back the other way, they're just finding odd man rushes all the time. That time was a 2-on-2.
Those odd man rushes have been scary. The Buffs have faced them all the time. Now taken again and cleared out. Rather UCO looking for their second lead of the weekend. Again out in front, wrapping around. Defended by a herd of Buffs was Jeffrey Redmond. Redmond again, wrapping around. Shot from deep into traffic and kept in the zone. By UCO again is Rebroker. Here's Redmond. Redmond, possession regained by Carney rather. And again is Rebroker. The opposite side, centering pass, no connection made, and cleared out by Colorado. Brody Pearson. Inside 1 minute to go now in the first period. We're still tied at 1. Here's Pearson. Sent back to Ryan. Pearson again. Out to Testa. No connection made. Racing forward is Ryan up the right side. Ryan looking for help. He's got it from Testa. Sent back in that general direction. Picked up by Hofteaser. No. Another turnover and cleared out. Kept in by Marcin Kevicius. For the shot. Score! Rapolis! Marcin Kevicius! His first goal of the weekend!
That's a really, really well done play by Colorado. Michael Ryan gets that puck and he sheds a couple defenders to get it deep into the UCO zone and then try to get cleared out, but Marcin Kevicius with that left hand just plucks it right out of midair, keeps it on sides, and then he has got so much space to work with and just rips it home.
12 games played so far for Rapp, last season rather. I mean, 16 penalty minutes. I mean, points per goal, 0.85. He's been absolutely electric here this season. Here he is this season and played 11 games so far. Only 2 penalty minutes served. 3-point totals, 1 goal, 2 assists. Absolutely electric so far. One of the key players last year, and he's going to look to continue that here tonight. That's his second goal of the season, I believe.
Really well done by Colorado to get that goal right before the break. Take this thing into the room with the 1-goal lead. Exactly what they needed. UCO has been pressuring all period long, and so to go up with the lead at the break is huge.
That's something you always want to do. I mean, you've got a 2-1 lead. This is where the Buffs were at the end of the second last night. But now this is a much more eventful first period. We're going to see if the Buffs can keep this energy going for the next 40.
I will say, though, even though they are down, I'm really impressed by that period from UCO. They come out with some fire, with some energy. They score just a couple minutes into the game.
Yeah, it was back-to-back goals. First from UCO and tied by Colorado here at home. The energy is here, and the goaltending tonight has just been outstanding, as it has been all weekend, especially from Matthew Server.
Absolutely. There were 2 moments where Server 100% saved a goal with an absolutely spectacular save, both times on a 2-on-1 rush coming from UCO. The first time, he makes a save with his right pad and then just reaches that right leg over, brings it around the crease to make the stop. And then the second time, it's an incredible push-off with the left skate, gets to the far post, and makes the pad save. NHL-type stuff there from Server.
Absolutely. So we will step aside for a moment here and enjoy some words from our sponsors for our intermission. We'll be back in 15 minutes. Don't go anywhere. You're watching ScoBuff Sports. Welcome back to Boulder. Thank you all for tuning in to Sco Buff Sports. This is ACHA Hockey only on youtube.com/Sco Buff Sports. Thank you all for tuning in. A reminder, Kieran Walker, Paxton Haynes, happy to bring you this game between the UCO Broncos and the Colorado Buffaloes here in Boulder at the CU Rec Center.
Yeah, that was a fun period we just watched. A lot of offensive generation. Frankly, I'm a little surprised that the score is only 2-1. Both these teams just really making it happen right now on both sides of the ice. We saw Colorado finally break through on the power play there in that first period. They went 0 for 5 last night. And yeah, I'm really excited to see what the second period has in store for us.
Yeah, I mean, the energy is here. You can feel it within this rink, in the stands and on the ice. This season, you're looking at 5-10-0 for UCO, 6-9-1 for Colorado. Coming in 14 points for the Broncos, 17 for the Buffs. I mean, it's been a great season. Colorado obviously jumped up three spots, folks, last night. A face-off taken by UCO, turned over to Colorado. Now racing down to the other side is Hofteaser. Great season so far for these Buffs, but they're looking to get back in and turn those records into winning records heading into the later part of the season. Now Ryan takes a shot. That's blocked again by Henson. Kept in the zone. Marcinkevich's shot and gloved by Henson.
Already out of the gate, Colorado's getting extended possessions. That time the forecheck really, really good. Getting second and third opportunities to put in shot on Henson.
Fresh set of skaters come on for Colorado. Logan Berge back into the circle facing Jeffrey Redmond. Redmond takes the face-off. Cleared out immediately, sent into the opposite corner. And an icing coming against UCO. Crowd back in, face-off taken by Rosalenko. Rosalenko, shot flying right. I'll take it again. The skate play by Piggott, it looked like. He sent into the opposite corner. Racing for it is Berge. Berge sent back out to Piggott at the top of the zone. But Piggott can't control it, and it's forcing the Buffs back out. Piggott, excellent stick worth another turnover. Coming the other way is Homan. Homan. It's a shot not wide left from Redmond. Redmond rebound, and it's saved again by Server.
Good stick by Pigs on the turnover. He comes back and is able to get it in the way of that shot.
Here's Pickett again. Pickett with a turnover, takes a nasty shot. That shot for Berge, saved. Now racing the other way is Matty Hole. No icing. Played from well in the neutral zone. Taken by Hole, nearly turned over. Taken by Testa, and it will be a turnover. Bounced off the boards, and out of the net comes Server to play it to Hole. Hole. Back to Nash at the half wall. Turns it over. Still fighting for it. Here comes Murray coming up the other way. Charlie Murray. Centering pass intended for Pearson. Can't connect.
Yeah, that was Testa coming in with a head of steam right in front of the net. That deflection almost went through.
Icing is waved off. It's taken by Server. So that's a Massey. He's got Murray. Murray sent out to Testa. Testa feeling the urgency. He wants a point this weekend. I take it Pearson. One-on-one. Forced into the corner. Pearson sent across. Hofteaser racing for it. Picking it up back at the corner. Intercepted. Kept in by Massey. Massey pass intended for Testa. Centering pass. Testa shot and saved again play still going on. Ryan. That shot into traffic, and it'll be held by Doucet. Doucet over to Cervantes, excuse me. Cervantes coming the other way, 1-on-3. And the herd of Buffs is there to break up the play, and not before it's taken by Hogan. By Carter Hogan, another trip. Call is missed as Doucet's slow to get to his skates.
Yeah, he got stung pretty bad down there. And now he's taking a whack at Ryan.
Yeah, Ryan is just not sure if he's chirping or what. That shot is deflected off the leg of a defender. That was Hogan. And coming the other way, sent out towards Hogan. Pass is broken up by Ryan, and he sends it into the corner. Hoff-Teaser clears the zone. Hartek, icing called against the Buffs.
We saw that incredible chance down here about a minute ago. Testa right in front of the net in between that slot. I'm surprised that pass got through. I mean, between the circles, there were so many bodies, but it found the tape of Testa, and he put one heck of a shot on. What a save by Henson to get over in time.
Here comes Redmond facing Dickinson. He's off taken. Dickinson. Turnover. There's a shot just wide to the right. Squeaked right by Davis Thompson. Another shot from the half wall. The puck is still loose in the corner. Fighting forward is Ryan. And it's cleared out. Merrick looking for the puck. But it's turnover again. Looking by Rebroker. Shot save. Connected with Thompson. Now the puck is loose in the corner. And it's cleared out by Carney. Carney going up the other way. Bounced off the boards. Fighting for it. Taken by Redmond. Redmond clears the zone. And again, taking it is Rebroker. Rebroker centering pass. No connection made. And Thompson in dangerous positions this period. Right in the center of that slot. Waiting for a centering pass. He hasn't been able to connect so far. Here's Sandberg out in front. That shot deflected wide and high. Heading forward is UCO. Here's Merrick. Taken by Sandberg. Sandberg coming up the left side, looking down the slot, and deflected was his shot by Mondi. Merrick sent across the ice, intended for Sandberg. Picked up by DeMello. Mello pass intercepted. Chasing down is Sykes. Played back to Sandberg in the corner. Racing forward is Merrick. Here comes Merrick, still fighting for that puck. Down low. Now Hull. Hull will try and clear the zone. Puck still loose behind the net. For DeMello, that shot out in front. Puck is still loose and kept out of the zone by Crease rather. That shot from deep, save, Server. And what a stop from Matty Hull, throwing himself out in front of his goaltender.
Matty Hull with two big stops here earlier. He swiped his right hand. I don't know if the puck would have gotten in, but his effort definitely kept it out.
Cervantes
and then right there put
his
body on the line.
Yeah, Cervantes with another shot from the same angle, and Server's able to keep it out. Now racing forward out of the net comes Server. Over to Merrick. Merrick at the half wall. Racing forward is Bergy. That shot nearly turned over to Hull. This line has been on the ice for a minute now. Going to the bench. UCO evened up shots in the ozone time. I mean, 15-9 Colorado. Now it's 17-15 UCO for shots on net so far. Here comes Wilson with speed. Wilson shot deflected by Murray. Murray with a hit in the corner. Here's Wilson again. Wrapped around. Sent out toward, and Ananda, zone is cleared. And a huge hit on Luke Massey. Bench wants a call. They're not going to get one. But the puck is stopped in the zone by Henson.
Yeah, Matt Russell making him feel it. That was a vicious hit along the boards. He's going to feel that in the morning for sure.
And it looks like Redmond is going to be heading off to the ice. The athletic training staff will take a look at him. timeout. Wow, what a sequence. We went well over 2 minutes. Inside 13 minutes to go in the second period, Colorado still leads 2-1.
Right now it's bend, don't break for this Colorado team. UCO is applying some really, really good pressure.
That shot from Massey off the face-off win from Marseille-Kevicius is blocked by Henson. Puck is still loose in the corner. Massey able to keep it in the zone. No, but it's cleared out again by Ananda. Ananda sent across the ice, intercepted by Murray. Murray skating up the opposite side, up the right, and it's offsides as Marseille-Kevicius and Dickinson just over that blue line.
Yeah, on that 2-on-1, Davis Thompson had a step. He would have had a wide open shot point blank, but it's a good thing that that pass was just into his skates. It allowed Murray to get his stick in the way and stop the shot.
As staying on the ice, here comes Pearson. Face-off taken by UCO. Bounced off for Ananda. Racing for Carney, nearly deflected the puck into the bench. Here's Nash. Nash up the right side with speed. He's got wheels. Into the corner, played back for Pearson. Pearson centering pass, no one to receive. Carney shot deflected wide left. Here's Carney. Nash racing for the puck. Here's Nash on the corner, picks it up. Sent back out to Carney at the blue line. Back to Testa. Testa, cross ice to Ryan. Ryan with a shot stopped by Henson. Ryan again at the top of the zone. Deflected way wide of the net. And we're going to stoppage as it's scooped up by Henson.
That was a really good shift from Jeremy Nash. Coming in with so much speed, getting the zone entry, and then a couple times on the forecheck, he keeps the puck in the end to keep the possession in Colorado's favor. He's going off to the bench now. He gets a pat from the backup goaltender Boucher. Well deserved.
Now it's Bergy in for the draw. UCO will take it. Bounced off the glass, glove down by Ryan. Racing for the puck is Piggott. Piggott goes down in front of the net. Coaching staff wanted a penalty.
I don't know, Kieran. I do not know if they were off.
That was close. Man, offsides calls not in favor of the Buffs here tonight. Just a little too jumpy. That was really, really close. Coaching staff not pleased with that call. Bergy takes the face-off. Hole. Sent across, intended for Piggott. No race forward in the corner, bounced along the glass. Up at the half wall, cleared out again. There's no urgency on that last play. DeMello, centering pass out to Sykes. Sykes shot deflected high, and it'll hit the netting.
I've been kind of saying it all night, but UCO is just so good in transition this game right now. They're getting odd man rushes. They're finding good passes in the neutral zone to break out. That time they couldn't get a shot on net, but I must say I'm impressed.
He's got Sykes for the faceoff. Taken by Hofteaser. Hofteaser in the midst, fighting for the puck, along with Merrick. Hofteaser sent across Marseille-Kevicius out to Hull, sent out to Dickinson. Dickinson out to Marseille-Kevicius. Marseille-Kevicius shot save. Puck is still loose off the rebound. It's kept out again by Henson. Hull the top shot from the point into traffic. Puck is still loose. Dickinson. Zone is cleared. Again, as Hull sensing no urgency on that play. And now taken again by UCO. Sent across the ice. Centering pass. Kept out by a herd of Buffaloes. And coming the other way is Pearson. Sent to Nash. Up the right side. Centering pass. Pearson! Shot save again by Henson. What a chance for Brody Pearson right out in front.
Wide open nets for both these teams in succession of each other. Neither one able to put it home.
Charlie Murray with another hit. Pearson with another chance. Shot is saved by Henson. Brody Pearson, he wants another point this weekend.
Yeah, going back to that sequence that just happened, we saw a bad turnover in the Colorado end. Had a wide open net, just kind of that pass within the skates, though. It couldn't get a good shot on net. And then coming the other way, just that right pad, able to squeak and keep it out of the net. Both these teams with grade A chances almost put one up on the board.
Now Luke Massey, that shot deflected high. The Buffs trying to extend this lead to 2. Icing called against UCO. They'll bring it back to their zone. Another chance for Colorado to capitalize as we approach the 10-minute mark, excuse me. Pearson with a sloppy face-off. That shot from Nash deflected wide left, excuse me. Zone is cleared. And bounced off to Ryan, gloved down by Hogan. Hogan with a trip up in the corner. Ryan very physical once more. Now taken, here's Testa up the right side. He's got speed. Centering pass to Nash. Intercepted. Ryan with a hit, or takes a hit rather. Zone is cleared again. Out to play it is Server. Ryan wants the puck. It's going to be left back for Carney. Carney sent out to Bergy. Logan Bergy. And an icing against UCO.
UCO's going to stay there even longer. They're pretty gassed right now. Colorado's taking it to them right now. A lot of good chances. Too many bodies in front, though, to actually put one on to Henson. But I'm liking it a lot from Colorado.
So here comes Bergy. Bergy takes the face-off. At the top of the zone is Merrick. Oh, shot for the point. That's high and hits the glass. Rosalenko. Set back out to Bergy. Hole trying to keep it in the zone, but it's cleared. We back out. Nearly an offside call. And taken down the other way. Going the other way is Redmond. Redmond with speed. Shot deflected by Hole. And left back out. Here comes Redmond. Redmond. Again, racing forward is Homan. Shot comes back out. 8.5 to go in the second period. And Piggott turned over again. Out in front, center pass. Shot saved by Server. What an incredible deflection that sends it high up into the netting.
That's absurd. It's hard to say which save might be Server's best save of the night. I think that one might take it. Just reaching over with the right paddle, able to just get a deflection to get it up and over the net into the back netting. Server has been bailing out these Buffaloes a lot tonight.
One of his saves definitely going to make play of the week this week. I'm not sure if it's game 1 or 2, but one of them will make it, folks. Stay tuned for our live show on Friday. Dickinson up the other way, looking for help. Sent back out toward Murray with a turnover. That's set back out to Marcinkevičius. Marcinkevičius back into the zone. Let's come back out to avoid the offsides. Off teaser racing for the puck in the corner. Maintains control, another turnover coming against the Buff. Toff teaser fighting for it. Out in front, sent for cross and picked up by DeMello, the leading goal scorer for UCO. Here's Marcinkevičius.
That was a hard-fought shift from Hoff-Teaser. Able to keep the puck in and then getting a shot on himself.
Templeton. That's back intended for Sandberg. And bounced along the boards is Mondi. Sent back out to Sandberg. Sandberg, Ryan wants a piece of it. It's taken by Templeton. Another turnover. You know, a lot of the young guys coming out here Their energy's not quite there, but Michael Ryan's chasing it down, left out by server. Ryan looking for the puck. It'll be picked up by Hartek. Hartek. Another turnover to Cervantes. Cervantes on the other side now is Doucet. By Wilson. As he's sent back out, here's Cervantes. 6.5 to play here in period number 2. Cervantes. Getting up the left side, looking for help, centering pass. No connection made. Pass it back into the opposite corner. Racing forward is Templeton. Zone is cleared. Here's Ryan. He's got help from Sandberg. Sandberg, centering pass intended for Ryan, picked up by Wilson. And sent across to Rebroker. Rebroker is a shot saved by Serber. Colin Hogan with some incredible chances. Oh, he's been on the ice this second period. Inside 6 to go. And it's cleared out. And the icing will be waved off. And here comes Testa. No, it'll be intercepted, sent out across to Rebroker. Rebroker nearly intercepted by Hull. And it's cleared out. Shot from deep goes into the opposite corner. Hull. Sent across for Merrick. Merrick up the left side. Cross ice to Pearson. Centering pass intended for Testa. Into the corner. Get by Merrick. Merrick left back for Nash. You get a stoppage.
Another offsides call, I'm not so sure about. I don't think that puck actually crossed the blue line.
Yeah, a couple questionable calls so far this evening. Yeah, the Buffs just a little bit jumpy this evening. That's what's really costing them those offsides calls. You hate to see it. So, puck went back across the line and they ended up touching it, I believe. That's why we had a stoppage. A big hit from Bergy. And Christopher Young did not like that call. Now sent back out. And Hull chasing it down, and an icing coming here against UCO. So Jeffrey Redman, he went out earlier, received some medical treatment, and he had to receive some attention after getting a puck to the face. And so that's a bit of a scary call, as it was, made it through his face mask apparently, and ended up having to get some attention. So a bit of a scary scene, but nonetheless, he is out there yet again.
Yeah, even with those cages, you're not totally protected. It might have gotten under it, but that's kind of a big blow. I mean, Redmond has been really, really good tonight for this UCO squad. Hopefully he can get his way back out on the ice.
Another turnover. Skater loses a stick, taken by Luke Massey. Massey turnover to DeMello. Racing forward is Murray. Here comes Murray. Here's Piggott. Played back out by Cervantes. 4 minutes to go here in the period. Rushing the other way is Bishop. Bishop shot save again by Matthew Server. As Bishop tripped up and sent it to the corner. A little slow to get up, but he does.
Nice move by Josh Bishop. That shot just right into the logo of Server, though.
Server has made some clutch saves, only allowing 2 so far this weekend. Morsekevicius wins the draw. Another shot from deep and gloved by Server. Bounced out of his glove, but the official stopped play before it could enter. And some extracurriculars taking place.
Yeah, that's Carney and Bishop down there. Carney, I think, got a little bit of a cross-check to the back of Bishop when the puck was dropped. Bishop got sent down to the ice. And when Bishop got up, I think he must have said something to Jake Carney that he didn't like. Oh, and Colorado's actually going to go to the box for it.
Oh boy, it's Michael Ryan yet again. Yeah, at a certain point, you got to wonder when Michael Ryan is going to potentially be pulled off. Hasn't had a goal so far this weekend. He's racking up penalty minutes.
We've seen UCO kind of take that momentum back here in the second period after it was all Buffaloes for a moment there. Now up a man. We'll see if they can even it up.
So Ryan receives 2 minutes for cross-checking. UCO on another man advantage. Sykes up the left side. Sykes, left back for Russell. Shot for the point into traffic. Rebound cleared out of the zone. Racing forward is Sykes. Out of the net is Henson. Not playing the puck. Piggott wanted a piece of the puck. Deucet. Deucet picked up by Piggott. Piggott up the right side. Stick work, nearly a turnover to Sykes. Sykes, puck is still loose. And he picked up by Thompson. Thompson, here's Piggott. Piggott cross ice to Murray. They'll send it into the corner. Inside 1 minute to go on the power play.
Well done by Cam Piggott, eating up all that time, keeping the puck in the neutral zone.
Now coming back is Redmond. Redmond center pass, they score! It's Davis Thompson, his second of the night, with the assist from Jeffrey Redmond. And just like that, this game is tied at 2 off a power play goal here in the second.
Yeah, quick zone entry for UCO, and then Thompson just coming in hot, found himself alone in the slot, got a nice deflection right in front of the net. And I was talking about it before the power play. You could feel the momentum kind of shift back in favor of the Broncos. And with Colorado down a man, it was just bend, don't break for too long, and finally they broke through.
So this is the most amount of points UCO has seen so far this weekend. Game is tied at 2. So we approach the 2-minute mark here in the period. And Jeffrey Redmond. Redmond Redmond loses his stick. He's going to go to the bench. Now heading back out. There's DeMello. Puck is still loose. Racing for it is Dickinson. Dickinson to Hofteaser. That's picked up again by Cervantes. Cleared out by Rebroker. No, kept in by the Buffs. Pearson shot wide. Played into the corner, picked up at the half wall, 1:25 to go. And the other way is DeMello. DeMello skating into the slot. Play broken up by Carney. Here's Bergy. Bergy left for Rosalenko. Rosalenko shot saved by Henson. That's cleared out again by Sykes. Over to Hull. 1 minute to play here in the second period.
Colorado scored about 30 seconds left to go in the first period. We'll see if they can do the same thing here.
And Marcin Kevichus got that goal to extend the Buffs' lead. Late in the first, rather. They're going to try and do it here inside 40 now. Coming the other way is UCO. They'll chip it back into the zone. The Buff zone, rather. Here comes Hull, sent out toward Piggott, and turned over to Deucet. Deucet in the corner, bounced off the board as Bishop. Centering pass. Taken by Homan. That shot went wide and hit the boards. Here comes Deucet again. Into the corner again is Homan. Homan bounced off the glass. And back out is Murray. Murray with a hit. That's going to do it. 40 minutes gone by. We are tied at 2. And an electric second period yet again. So many chances for both teams. But UCO capitalizes on the power play and ties the game.
Yeah, I would say a good period for both these teams. Colorado had a lot of chances, but UCO is doing a really good job of getting bodies in the way, making it hard for Colorado to find some open looks like they had in the first period. And then back the other way, just that one power play for UCO, and they were finally able to get one through. UCO definitely bringing it here in the second, and in this game in general. Should be a good final 20 minutes of hockey, Kieran.
Yeah, absolutely, Paxton. I'm excited to see what both of these teams can do. And Colorado is going to look to respond and sweep this series here at home after being on the road for over a month. Game tied at 2. We will see you in 15 minutes. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Go Buff Sports. Back in Boulder at the CU Rec Center, we are ready for period number 3 between the Buffs and the Broncos. As a reminder, Kieran Walker, Paxton Haynes coming to you live from the CU Rec Center here on ScoBuff Sports. Thank you all for tuning in this evening. Pretty big night here so far. Game is tied at 2. Buffs have not put any points on the board in the last 20 minutes.
Yeah, Colorado just couldn't find one to get through there in the second. They had a lot of great chances, but just couldn't get it past Henson. And then on the other side, UCO broke through on the power play. But we've got a tie game in the third period, or it's going to be once they drop the puck. And what's better than that, Kieran?
Absolutely, man. I don't know, man. But I mean, it's been a tough year for Colorado so far. I mean, obviously starting off 6-9 or 6-11, I believe, and 2. So looking at the remaining schedule. Upcoming schedule rather for Colorado. They are hosting the Missouri State Ice Bears on the weekend of November 14th here in Boulder. Just the weekend of December 5th, they're traveling up to Fort Collins to take on the Rams of Colorado State in the Rocky Mountain Showdown, and will return home to Boulder on the 6th. And they'll travel up to Vail to play Vail Hockey Club on January 9th and 10th. Play has come back to life here in Boulder for the final 20 minutes.
Yeah, looking at that schedule, it is not going to be easy for the Buffaloes, Missouri State and Colorado State, 2 teams that are having some really, really good seasons. It's really big for Colorado to pull this one out so at that record they can close that gap between wins and losses as they go through that gauntlet in the next couple weeks.
And a big hit coming against Wilson, and a penalty will be assessed against Colorado. Yeah, Wilson very slow to get up. He's still down.
Yeah, Wilson got kind of ragdolled. Luke Massey with an absolutely huge blow to him. I'll be honest with you, Kieran, I don't know about the penalty, but I mean, a hit like that.
That was pretty big. I mean, it's the ACHA, so they're not going to tolerate anything that egregious. So
yeah,
Massey's going to head to the box. We'll see how much time is assessed as the training staff comes out to assess Mitchell Wilson. So yeah, Wilson is still down on the ice. Training staff trying to help him to his feet as he's surrounded by his line mates. Wilson helps to his skates. And he'll be carried off by his teammates back to the locker room. And he's just going to stay out on the bench. It's going to take a little bit of time after he was just shaken up. And that was a big hit.
I think they're talking over right now just exactly what the severity of this penalty is going to be for Colorado. Yeah, they just threw it up on the board. It's a whole 5 minutes for Luke Massey.
That's a major loss for Colorado after a huge hit.
Out of the gate, Colorado's going to have to dig in here. 5-minute major.
Not a position the Buffs wanted to be in, especially since this game is tied. They're looking to walk away with a sweep.
Yeah, it's kind of a tough situation. I mean, Luke Massey definitely coming in for the open ice hit. And, you don't try to, ragdoll guys like that and absolutely blow them up. Just kind of how it happens.
It was not intentional, but it's unfortunate that he drew the penalty. So it was a tough scene. Overall, I think it was a good call. Can't allow that precedent to be set in this league. And now the Broncos bench, very vocal, as are the Buffs. Face-off taken by Bergy. And turnover. Now take it set across the ice, again by Sykes into the corner. That's it across here. Sykes again. Sykes into the corner. Now out in front. Saved by Serber. And deflected out, and the zone is cleared.
Luke Massey in the box. He can't even watch right now. I know he would love to be out there as a defenseman here on this penalty kill. He just got to look at his skates if they play without him.
Under his move. 45 seconds gone by. Ball comes out. Piggott chasing it down. Piggott in the corner. Going home from Templeton. Pickett's going to take it. Passed off the boards. Taken by Sykes. Left back for Mondi. Broncos in the midst of a line change. And now Mondi comes out from behind his net. Back is Redmond. Redmond sent out. Thompson shot way wide into the corner. Trying to get enough power off. Fighting for it now is Wilson. Wilson back out on the ice after that huge hit. And Piggott coming the other way. Sent down into the opposite corner.
So far, so good for this kill in the 5-minute major for the Buffaloes. We had a big save from Serber to keep it out. And then that time, UCO just couldn't set up.
Approaching 2 minutes gone by here on this UCO power play. Now Redmond, that's on the boards in the corner, was DeMello. Again by Thompson. Wilson maintains possession. Bergy wants that puck. That's deflected high, and we're going to stoppage.
Already over 2 minutes off in the major.
Face-off taken by UCO at the top of the zone is Sykes. Sykes closing in. So now it's Sykes trying to get a shot off. And cleared out again this time by Rosalenko. 2.5 to go here on the power play. Sykes with speed into the slot, shot deflected high, and it'll hit the netting.
Good defense by Colorado. Twice Sykes has had the puck on his stick with room to shoot, but Colorado just clogging those shooting lanes. No open looks right now for UCO.
So taken by Piggott. Piggott racing for it. Here comes Piggott. Piggott sent across to Pearson. Pearson bounced off the boards. Out of the net comes Henson. Out to Russell. Russell Sykes, 2 minutes to go on the power play. At the top of the zone is Sykes centering pass, no connection. And cleared out.
Hogan had it on his stick right there, a wide open net. Just kind of whiffed on the shot. It wasn't even a bad pass.
Out is Redmond. Redmond down the slot. But out avoids the play from Murray. Shot save again by Matthew Serber.
Matthew Server is unconscious right now. That is the 4th save I can think of this game that has been NHL caliber save. Like, we're talking like throw that on Sports Center top 10, not even scope of sports play of the week.
That is incredible. That's got to be play of the week right there, Paxton. I don't know, man. That just made my list. There's so many this weekend that could have made it, but that, like, throw that on there. SVP going to be talking about that later tonight.
Absolutely. Buffalo's finally back home. We've been missing the goaltender play from Server.
Server has kept the Buffs' momentum alive this weekend. Cleared out immediately off the faceoff. Sent out to Henson.
Kind of a weird play from Josh Henson, playing that puck all the way out in the left circle.
Back into the corner for DeMello. A minute to go on the man advantage for UCO. Coming the other way is Bergy. Bergy up the left side. He's going to clear it out, send it back to Hull.
Smart.
Hull clears his zone. 40 seconds left on the man advantage. 15 to play here in the third. So Templeton lost his stick, and he gets it back. Here comes Templeton up the left side. He's got help from Testa. Templeton takes a shot, and it's saved again by Henson. Sent up high into the netting.
Under 30 seconds to go in the major penalty, and I don't want to speak too soon, but this has been an absolutely incredible penalty kill effort from Colorado. Just textbook. I think UCO has had maybe one good chance in all of these 5 minutes, and right there coming back the other way, Colorado had a 2-on-1.
Man, how about Templeton? One of the newcomers to this team is coming up that left side, taking that shot. He had help from Testa. He wanted to take it himself. Now Sykes. Out to Templeton. Buffs clear the zone. 10 seconds left on the man advantage. And ladies and gentlemen, we can call this penalty killed. Now another shot, centering pass out in front, shot, score! Cullen Hogan. Right out in front, out that right side of Server, just sneaks it right past as he was bombarded by a herd of Broncos.
Yeah, just right at the end of the power play for UCO. Colorado a little reluctant. They thought that was kind of the end of it and that they could move on even strength. And I think Massey was just out of the box when they scored. But they just left Hogan wide open. He had the entire net, and he made every bit worth of it. He took a big old slapper point blank.
Man, what a play. Icing coming against the Buffs brings it back to their zone. And the second lead of the weekend for UCO. Second lead tonight. Did not have the lead in game one. And this is 2-3. This is the best position they've been in all weekend. Face-off taken by the Broncos. Now start the boards. And coming out to Hofteaser. Hofteaser coming the other way. He's got help from Marcin Kevicius. Centering pass, Dickinson. Turned over to Rabroker. Rabroker sent to Thompson. Thompson wrapped around. Rabroker's there. In the corner. Here's Hull in the opposite. Cleared out, but kept in by Redmond. And losing his footing was McDonald. And the other way is DeMello. DeMello centering pass. No one there to receive. Without Marcin Kevicius. Out to Rosalenko. Piggott sent around. Piggott centering pass to Bergy. Bergy from Rosalenko. Shot deflected wide. Now Carney. Losing the puck down, but we'll get an icing on UCO.
Rosalenko almost had it right there. That shot from the left circle goes off the shin of a UCO defender, but it just trickles right in front of Rosalenko. He was kind of fighting in front of the net by that left post. Almost tied the game up.
13 minutes to play here in the third. UCO has the lead. It's all taken by the Buffs, kept in the offensive zone by Bergy. Left around to the opposite half wall. Piggott. Passed off again. And here's Bergy. Able to keep it in the zone at the top. Broncos clear it. And retreating back is Carney. Carney, pass deflected into the UCO bench. So face-off will come back to center ice. So to attempt the draw is Hogan against Pearson. But UCO will come away with it. Picked up by Server. And cleared out of the zone. By Grant Robinson. Now taken. Nash in front. Pass for Testa. And saved. Robinson gets the puck down. Can't connect.
I don't think Jeremy Nash knew that he was alone with only Henson in front of him. He had his back turned to him. He could have totally turned around or getting a backhand shot off. Instead, he looked for a pass.
Robinson's shot deflected wide. There's Testa centering pass toward Pearson. Can't connect. Pearson in the corner, turned over. Cleared out. Sent to the top of the zone. Bishop. Bishop clears. And penetrating save by Server. Now comes Sandberg. Sandberg to Massey, turnover to Ananda. Ananda score! Jeremy Redmond. It's his first goal of the night. Off the assist from Muhammad Ananda. The forward from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Lots of international players on this team. Great to see Jeffrey Redmond gets his first of the night.
Yeah, it's a tough one for sure. Redmond just kind of found some space there in the left circle, and he didn't miss. The shot was kind of along the ice, but it just got past the left pad of Server.
In the corner is Hofteaser. Buffs down by 2. Shot save again by Henson. Redmond got a big crowd here this evening. That's set back out, but gloved again by Server.
Yeah, definitely unfortunate turn of events here for Colorado. Right in the start of the third period, you have to go on the kill for 5 whole minutes, and they had killed all 5 minutes just seconds after UCO got through. It looked like Colorado had the momentum coming back the other way after the kill, but just got a little lazy in their own end, and then now they're down 2 suddenly.
UCO takes the face off. That shot went high. Their centering pass went into the corner. Shot for the point, into traffic. Another shot, Server reaching for it. UCO trying to have a lead, and a penalty coming here as there was a big hit on Cam Pickett in the corner. Oh man, it looks like Brandon McDonald not pleased with that call.
Well, a lot just happened. Cam Piggott got pinned up along the boards, got sent down to the ice. The UCO fans here chirping him from the stands. And McDonald not happy at all. Both these teams with a lot to say. But this is the chance for Colorado. You have to score here on the power play, get that goal back, and then it'll be a one-game goal with halfway through the third period. Oh, wow, they're going to go 5-minute major.
It's going to be a 5-minute major on McDonald for charging. And that was a big hit. We saw 2 5-minute majors so far, one against Colorado, this time against UCO. So a 5-minute man advantage for the Buffs. They can narrow this lead back down to 1.
For the Buffs here, don't try to get it all back at one time. I know you're down 2 goals, but all about get that first one. You have 5 minutes to work with. McDonald's going to stay in the box for all 5 of them. Take your time, get that first one, and then the second one will come.
Marcinkevichus, shot into traffic, save by Henson. Down to the corner, racing forward is Marcinkevichus. Holman fighting for it, taken by Hofteaser. Now cleared out of the zone and taken by Hull. Hull behind his net. Taken by Hull. So that's a Testa. And played back into the zone by Wilson. Out comes Hofteaser. Hofteaser sent across to Testa. Testa kept it in. Went to the offside. Here comes Testa. Hull at the blue line. Taken by Marcinkevichus. Really with a glove. Marcinkevichus. Cross ice for Testa with a one-timer. Not enough power. Hofteaser. Marcinkevichus. Shot save. Henson making some great saves. Able to swallow that one up.
Testa had it on a stick there in the right circle. A lot of net to work with. Just totally whiffed on the shot. Got nothing on it. He'll want it back for sure.
Yeah, Testa, he's been eager to get a point this weekend. He hasn't been able to do it. He has the right mentality. Kept out. Here's Carney up top of the zone. Taken by Pearson. Sent across. Carney, Pearson. Centering pass to Bergy out in front. Rosolenko shot save again by Henson.
Rosolenko is working really hard down in front of the net. Again, kind of a play that isn't exactly how it's supposed to go. The puck just ends up trickling right into his stick. Trying to put it on again. Sooner or later, I'm sure he'll break through.
Now Bergy sent across to Pearson. 3.5 to go on the man advantage. And by Carney. Pearson toss to Merrick. Merrick looking, shot down the slot. Save again. Puck is loose off the rebound and cleared out of the crease. Now Pearson. Got help from Carney. Carney, zone is cleared. And a fresh line comes out for UCO. Pearson. But back for Carney. Merrick. And back out to Server. Pearson.
I don't think we've seen Cam Pickett yet on this power play. He was the one who got hit hard to the boards that drew the penalty.
Hofteaser goes down. Threw that back to Matty Hull. Hull. Wraparound plays, a little spinorama. To Dickinson. Dickinson to Hofteaser. Hofteaser shot saved by Henson. Marcinkevichus centering pass. Hofteaser. Or excuse me, Testa. Out to Hull. At the point, Marcinkevichus. Centering pass intended for Hofteaser. It's cleared out. Server. Handles the puck. Really sent back out. Server racing back to his net.
UCO's done a good job of getting in the way of the passing lanes, forcing Colorado to just kind of swing it around the perimeter, getting nothing inside right now.
Buffs need to find a way to penetrate that zone. 7:20 to play, 1:40 to go on the man advantage. Bergie.
Pickett's on the ice now for Colorado.
So now Cam Pickett back out there as well. He and Mitchell Wilson took big hits in this period. Now Murray back to Pickett. Pickett looking for a slot, and pass is broken up by Thompson and cleared out.
Another good stick.
Mark.
That's Davis Thompson getting in the way of that one-timer.
Rosalenko. Pearson's shot deflected wide. Now taken by Pearson. Pearson centering pass. Out into traffic and cleared out again. 45 seconds to go on the power play for the Buffs. I got Pickett. Only half a minute remaining for the Buffs. And another penalty will be assessed. This time it's going to be on the Buffs. It's going to be 4-on-4, and Brody Pearson's going to head to the box for hooking.
Yeah, that's rough. I think it's going to be a hold, Kieran. Sorry,
excuse me.
Pearson just bear hugged the UCO guy. And that is tough. A full 5 minutes for Colorado, and they are not going to get a goal out of it, I don't think, unless they score on the 4-on-4. They were trying to set up that one-timer the entire time, and just UCO was not giving it to them. They did a really good job the whole time.
They've got 28 seconds to make something happen on this 4-on-4 before UCO goes on a power play for a minute and a half. Moving around, Rosalenko. To Cervantes. Now to Wilson. Wilson back to Sykes. And this UCO starting line trying to make something happen as the 4-on-4 comes to an end. And Broncos go on the power play, heading to the box or the bench is McDonald. And coming out is Jeremiah Menjard. Josh Bishop. And another hit coming against Cullen Hogan. Bench wanted a call. They're not going to get one. Cross-ice pass intended for Russell. Russell with back for Bishop. Bishop across the ice for Doucet. Doucet out of the zone. Shot for the point. Save by Serber. That big shot from Russell and a bit of a scruffle between Hogan and Michael Ryan. Colorado crowd very vocal here in this third period.
Yeah, fans from both these teams have had a lot to say. Colorado's actually going to get a power play here.
Cullen Hogan heading to the box.
Oh, and Ryan's going too. That's Ryan's third period of the third penalty of the night.
Yeah, I said this before, Paxton. At a certain point, you've got to wonder when or if Michael Ryan is going to see some time off from the ice. And
they're offsetting. We're still 5-on-4.
We're inside 5 minutes to go, 50 seconds to go on the man advantage. It's our final five from the Flatirons coming to you from the CU Rec Center.
Got some ground to make up for Colorado. They got to kill this penalty and then score 2 goals in succession.
Top of the zone. Goodbye. DeMello. For Wilson. DeMello one-timer. Save again by Serber diving for that puck. Off to his right. And half a minute to go on this power play for the Broncos. Owen Dickinson, captain for the Buffs. He's been used in the draw, but he will not get it. And now retreating is DeMello. This is Mondi. To play for Henson. DeMello behind his net and taking himself. 13 seconds to go on this power play. Now to the corner, a bit of a hit from Carney. Carney fighting for the puck. It's still loose in the corner, sent out to the top of the zone. Wilson, that's a DeMello shot, and they score! Davis Thompson, his third of the night, completing the hat trick. Broncos lead 5-2.
Just an overall rough third period for this Buffaloes team. UCO, they just found it here in this game against the Colorado team who's looking to sweep.
They've been asleep since the second period. Not putting a point in the last 35 minutes. We get a stoppage of play. It'll come back to the Broncos zone. Inside 4 minutes to go. Buffs down by 3.
Yeah, 3 goals in under 4 minutes is a lot, kid. I'm not going to lie.
Look at my whole shot deflected. That's deflected high up over the net. Trying to get it in was Piggott. That shot into the belly of Server keeps it out. Server flying all over his crease. Now Piggott going the other way with some urgency. Piggott looking for a wraparound. Merrick wants the puck. And some chirping from the Broncos. Now Piggott. Piggott to Sandberg. Now to Sandberg to Murray. Carney wrapping around, inside 3 to go. Looking for one last point in this game. That shot will be kept out by Henrik. And a bit of a scrum coming between Carney. They're down at the blue line. And here goes Murray. Murray loses his helmet. Gloves come off. Murray goes down. Carter DeMello with a huge hit. And he's going to go to the locker room. Carney finally helped to his feet. And a huge altercation. And heading to the box is Robbie Rebroker. Buff's box is open as well.
Wow, I've never seen the gloves come off in ACHA. That's wild.
That is absolutely incredible. And Brandon McDonald is going to head to the box.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what the ACHA rules are in terms of actually dropping the gloves. I don't know if we'll see suspensions or something for. I don't think it was Carney who was in the fight. It was Murray. That's right. I don't know if we're gonna get like some discipline for Charlie Murray, if he's gonna see suspension or how that all works with the ACHA, because, like I've said, I've never actually seen them go at it here at the college level. But a little excitement in what's been a otherwise sad third period for the Buffaloes.
Yeah, going back through the past 2 seasons, I mean, Colorado, they've been unable to consistently win both games on a weekend. It's very rare that actually happens, but they're going to walk away with a series split.
Yeah, and that's really tough. This was the series to do it against this UCO team that was coming in at 5-9. down there in the bottom half of the standings with Colorado in the WCHL, and it does not get easier for Colorado. They got Missouri State and Colorado State, and this was kind of their series to take them both. They had a big win last night.
Yeah, Missouri State sits at the number 3 slot in the conference as of today, 8-2-3 on the season with 25 points. And CSU holding that number 1 spot with 28 points, 9-5-1.
They're still not done yet, Kieran. Hofteaser's got a lot to say over there by his bench.
So the officials are convening near the scorer's box, deciding what the calls will be.
Yeah, a lot to talk about here with both these coaches. Coach Cardasis, we'll see what he has to say. Speaking of Coach Cardasis, Quinn Kreck wrote an incredible article this week about Coach Cardasis for this Buffaloes team.
Quinn Kreck, one of our guys coming in here, transferred into SBS, into CU rather. And he's been absolutely incredible. Another junior joining our huge class of 2027. That's myself, Nick Evans. Too many to name off, honestly, Paxton.
Yeah. Quint and I bringing you our camera work tonight. Absolutely killing it.
He's writing, commentary, photography, videography. He does it all.
Oh, yeah.
We're lucky to have him. He was on the call last night. Brought you that exciting game 1. Fortunately, the excitement in the rink is definitely still here, especially on the ice. Very physical, but scoring is not in favor of the Buffs on this cool Saturday night in early November.
I think we're finally going to play hockey again, Kieran. UCO had about 12 guys on the ice. They could have fielded a football team with how many are out there talking to each other, talking to the referees.
A face-off taken by Colorado is Hofteaser to hole. Dickinson. Final 2.5 minutes of this third period. They back out. Taken by Rebroker. Rebroker stays on the ice after heading to the box, but he's allowed to come back out. Here's Redmond. Redmond's shot or pass intended for Rebroker. Can't connect. Hole. Chasing it down. Hole sent out to Hofteaser. Hofteaser looking for the puck. He's got it. Takes a hit from Redmond. And a penalty coming against Redmond for that hit.
I think you're going to get boring on Redmond. Honestly, in a game like this, I don't blame the referees for being quick to call a penalty on that. I'm not sure that would have been called a penalty in the first or second period of this game, but after everything that just went down, 2 minutes left to go in a 3-goal game, you got to just say, no more of that. Let's call it.
And a timeout has been called by Colorado. So a power play coming for Colorado in the final 2 minutes of this period. And they put a point back on the board and narrow this lead to 2. We shall see. Marcin Kevicius takes the faceoff. Here's Hole. By Dickinson. And Matt Serber coming out of the box, or coming out of the goal rather. Sixth skater on the ice, it's Brody Pearson. Dropping back his Hole. Setting up the shot. Here's Hofteaser, sent to Dickinson. Dickinson shot saved by Henson. from the corner came from Marcin Kevicius. Kept in at the top by Hole. Hole to Testa. Testa, Hole wants a piece of it. Sets across to Pearson. Testa thought about a shot. Skating into the slot.
You gotta go, Kieran. Someone's gotta shoot the puck. There's less than a minute and a half to go in the game.
Dickinson. Marcin Kevicius. Able to get there. Off teaser. Shot wide. Just squeaked wide left. 1 minute to go on the power play. 1:04 to go in the game. Hole. Sends across Testa. Cross ice to Marcin Kevicius. Shot. Loose stick on the ice. Behind the net. Now one's hit up into the netting and out of play.
Yeah, I know it's 3 goals that they gotta score. Or sorry, I know it's a power play and you're looking for the right shot, but I mean, down 3 goals, you gotta just pepper as many shots as you can here. 6-on-4. Henson had lost his stick and they still weren't firing.
Yeah, I mean, you can't be creative with those setups in situations like this. You are down 3 goals. You got to put at least 1 on the board, narrow this lead, and not walk away with a huge deficit. The Buffs might try and tie this. It's going to be extremely difficult. 50 seconds to go on the game clock. Eric's shot into traffic. It's saved. And down goes Pearson. Pearson back to his feet and cleared out of the zone. Racing for the puck is Bishop. Taken by Marcin Kevicius. Marcin Kevicius clears it out. Now out in front, they score! Logan Bergy, his second of the night. The lead is narrowed to 2, 5-3. UCO, 25.5 to go in the period.
Yeah, Henson got a little ambitious there. End of the game, going to play that puck. And just trickled right in front of Logan Bergy. Wide open net for him. Henson not even close. It is going to be too little too late for the Buffaloes. But a couple tallies for Logan Bergy. Adams to the stat sheet.
Buffs happy to walk away with whatever they can. Bergy faced Redmond. UCO crowd very vocal after an announcement of the goal by Bergy. 16 seconds.
This is going to be a tough one. A tough loss to swallow for the Buffaloes. Like I was talking about earlier, this was their chance to get both of these against UCO. Try to work their way up into the WCHL and stay competitive this season.
Rosalenko in front. Shot is saved again by Henson. And that will effectively do it. 5 seconds to go in play. And controlled by UCO, and that will do it. UCO walking away with another victory.
Central Oklahoma came out with a purpose tonight, out of the gates. They were buzzing. They made things happen. They had a really good first period, and that third period was really, really good from them. They put up what? They put up 3 goals in the third. And a tough one, a tough split for Colorado. We'll see what happens after all of this. We'll see what happens if there's any disciplinary action to Charlie Murray for dropping the gloves in the third.
Man, that was one heck of a game. Physicality did not die down one bit for a moment. I thought we were watching the Rocky Mountain face-off.
Yeah, we've got one of those coming up.
Upcoming schedule, folks, a reminder. Buffs will be back on November 14th and 15th at the CU Rec Center to take on the Ice Bears of Missouri State, followed by Colorado State on December 5th in Fort Collins, and returning to the Rec on December 6th to close out the year. Right here on ScoBuff Sports.
Yeah, we'll see what Colorado can do against Missouri State, a really good team in the WCHL. That'll be next week here at the Rec Center and on ScoBuff Sports. Both these teams at the end of the day, a lot of love for each other, very competitive game. They were very, very angry at each other, especially in that third period, but competitive, fun game of hockey nonetheless.
The Buffs salute their home crowd one final time this weekend as they will retreat to the locker room. It was a great weekend as the captains convene at center ice. You can hear the UCO players retreating to their locker room. Energy is high after walking away with a victory. I think they felt that tension, dropping a spot in the rankings and Colorado going up 3 spots.
Absolutely. They knew they needed this tonight. From the start, you could tell immediately. They knew this was the team against this Colorado team that has not had the greatest season thus far. Got to split this series, stay competitive in the WCHL.
It's a tough conference to play. And CSU up at the top right now. Missouri State at number 3. So the Buffs will return home in a couple weeks. Excuse me. Next weekend, as a matter of fact. And Davis Thompson, with a hat trick on the night. Cullen Hogan came out to salute his family. But that was one heck of a game for Thompson, walking away with a hat trick here in Boulder. So that will do it for us here on Scoba Sports this evening. We have our crew, Quinn Crack on camera, Aiden Glockner, our producer. Alongside Paxton Haynes, I'm Kieran Walker, saying you heard it here first, and so long from the CU Rec Center.